Hey everyone, Kevin Muldoon here. What I'm going to do in this video is show you a fantastic WordPress plugin called WP Media Folder. Now this is a companion for a 2000 word article that I've done for it, and I've tested it over the last few days, but this was a plugin that I already know because I reviewed it a few years ago. But there's been a lot of updates to the plugin, which is why I'm reviewing it today. So this was my original review a few years ago, 2 years ago. So what does this do? Well, essentially what this does is enhance the WordPress media library. Now, if you look at what most other image and portfolio and gallery plugins do, they all use custom post types, and what you'll get is like a separate menu item in your admin menu so that you can add images and all that. And what it does is leave the original default media library intact. WP Media Folder doesn't work like that. What it does is actually enhance the default one. It replaces it, and it's not like an over-the-top way. It's just a lot of subtle changes and lots of additional options that really make it a more productive and more automated environment as well, because this can be used to sync files from different folders. You can upload lots of files, you can rename, you can automate a lot of things like when you upload a file, the name is changed, all this kind of thing. It's got a lot of great features, and it's one of those things that after you used it for a while, you start thinking, why are these features not in the core version of WordPress? So this is a sales page here, and I'll load up the demo. So you'll see some of the features here. You can see the renaming. There's a couple of videos and things like that that explain it. Now, I'll quickly just go through the sales page to show you how it all works. You can see there's a watermark option. I'll show you behind the scenes in a second. So now the first one is galleries. Now galleries is built into WordPress itself. There is a gallery feature that was introduced a couple of years ago, and it looks okay, but what this does is it adds 3 different theme layouts, and it also gives you all these additional options for ordering and filtering that you don't get with the core version of WordPress. So I'll show you this in a bit, but I just wanted to show you the sales page because obviously it shows you a lot more live examples. You've got the gallery options here, and this is an example of the masonry layout. So you would just use galleries the same way as you did before. It's the same shortcode and all that. You don't have to update anything, and you've got masonry. Underneath you've got portfolio. I think that looks really nice as well. You can load up photos in a lightbox, or you can see there that it loaded up a link that went to Wikipedia. So this one, and keep going down, you've got the slider gallery, and there is obviously there's lots of solutions for sliders in WordPress. There's so many slider plugins, but it's just the simplicity of this plugin, you know, with these different layouts. It really does work really well. So that's a gallery, and other options, filtering and ordering. This touches upon how you can filter everything, how you can rearrange everything, and I'll show you that in a second to really highlight how it all works. And then there's import and syncing. You can import files, and this is the thing. Now, this is one of the things that a lot of people don't realize. See, you've got a large volume of images. You can't just, you know, use a file transfer protocol client like an FTP client. You can't just upload them to WordPress and then there in your media library. It doesn't work that way. What you need to do is upload them all through the WordPress media uploader. That's how you have to deal with it. But what WP Media Folder does is allow you to just upload them to a certain folder, and then what you can do is just specify that folder, and then you can upload the files. And then you can see here, you can also synchronize folders. So say you've got a large image directory outside of WordPress, you know, it's maybe outside of the WP content area. It could be just, you know, like kevinmuldoon.com/images or something like that. I could load all the images that I want to there, and then I just sync the images to the relevant folder. Now, I haven't delved into this too much as far as syncing things like that, because I don't currently have a requirement to upload large volumes of images. I tend to just upload, you know, a couple of files for articles. But if you have a portfolio website, if you've got an online shop, if you've got, you know, a gallery, anything like that, This is where WP Media Folder really comes into it. There's a cloud add-on here as well, and I think that's a really cool feature. You can sync with Dropbox, Google Drive, and Microsoft OneDrive. And if you go down here, you can see, okay, so you can use your WordPress with Dropbox and all the other cloud services. So how it works is you can essentially just, you open up your WordPress media library, you go to upload a file, and then you can see here, instead of, insert media is the normal one there, you've got create gallery, featured image, insert from URL, and you would see these additional options here for cloud services that you can just import files from Dropbox. So if you or your business uses a cloud service, Google Drive, Dropbox, OneDrive, you can just upload files directly from that. So that's good, because if you're syncing all your images elsewhere, you don't want to have to download those images and then re-upload them. This allows you to just upload them directly from the social media service. And you can actually manage the files as well. Say that you can import from the media folders, and you can create, delete, rename, you can copy files, reorder them. It really is a cool add-on. Now, I don't actually have this in my test area, but I have watched the demo of it through this video, so please do check that out if you want to learn more about the cloud add-on. Now, before I show you the plugin in action, backtrack a second. One of the reasons why this plugin isn't like the most popular gallery plugin on WordPress.org or anything like that is because it's a premium plugin. It's not available free of charge. There isn't even a limited version of it, not that I know of. I don't believe there is. So that's one reason why perhaps this isn't as well recognized as it is. But I have tested probably, I'm not even lying, probably hundreds of gallery and image plugins over the years, and I would put this near the top simply because it doesn't, and just because it replaces the core functionality. It's just the way it works. I think it's kind of like a minimal plugin, but they've done it all well. So you can see the plugin prices here. You can buy it for as low as $29. That'll get you 6 months of plugins and updates. Unlimited websites. This is fully compliant with the WordPress GPL GNU license, the general public license. It's only $39 for 1 year of support and updates. And if you want that cloud add-on, it is an extra $20. So you can see here the features. Well, that's a feature I didn't talk about actually. There's another feature in this page that I think is really cool. Embedding PDF. And again, this is only available if you get the cloud add-on package. Now, this is really interesting as well. What it allows you to do is embed a PDF from your social media website. So say, for example, you've got a Word document, you've got a PDF document, or something. Well, you can save a Word document as PDF. Say you've got a PDF document, you can embed it into your content area, but this will, it will sync it from your cloud service. So when you update the document in your cloud service, whether it be Dropbox or Google Drive or OneDrive, it will then update in your website. So that's a really interesting feature. It's something I'd actually like them to, expand upon. I don't know how, but I just think I love the idea of just syncing things from cloud services. I'm someone that backs up all important websites to Dropbox, and I also back up all my kind of traveling photos and things like that. So I really love features like this that really help me sync things and save me from downloading and uploading, and just makes things easier. So this is my test area. I've just deactivated WooCommerce, which was there. And now I'll look at the settings area in a second, but first I want to show you the actual media library. So I'll load up the media library, but just for a quick second, I just want to load up the media library on my own blog. So this is using the core version of WordPress. There hasn't been anything replaced. This is just using, this is what you get when you load up a WordPress website. This is what you get. This is, you can either display it as a list or you can display it as a grid. And you can see here, there are options to filter media items, images, audio, video. Then there's dates. You can see that, my blog's got images from a long time. And you can search and you can bulk select if you want to do it like that. So the only option there, as you can see, is delete, which it's quite limited in that we get. Now, the media library, it works well, and for a lot of people, and I guess, for most websites that don't have a lot of images, this is fine. But media folder, media, sorry, my head's up my bum today. WP media folder. The name's up here. I don't know why I'm saying that. WP Media folder does enhance it in a great way. And you can see here now, just skip back here. This is the normal way. This, I've only uploaded a couple of test images because this is a new test website. But you can see here, what you can do is create folders. And you can create as many folders and subfolders as you want. You can see here, my cool category, I've got 3 images. So if I click on it, you can see there's 3 there. Now there's lots of what you can rename these categories at any point. It's very, very easy. You can create new categories. My second category. It's very, very easy to do, and you can actually move images around as well. Now, where is it? Do that. Now, I'll put this back up to the top, and then I'll just grab one of them. My second category. If I reload the page, you can see now I've got 2 in one folder and 1 in the other. Now, the actual number here, you can switch it off in the settings area. So you can see that you've got the list, you've got the grid, but you've also got this new grid option here where it's smaller thumbnails. And if you are uploading a huge volume of images, this is something you maybe find very, very useful, because you can see here, I've got a lot of images here, but you can see how it would help if the images were a lot smaller. Just editing a few images, it's probably better just to keep that, this layout. So at the top, you've still got all media items. You've got images, audio, video, PDF, zip, archives, other unattached. That's the items that aren't attached to any post. All dates, I think that's right, by the way, unattached to any post. I think that's what's right. All dates, you've got select a folder, so you can jump to any folder. Now you've got filter or order media. Now this is another cool thing. See, when you click that, there's 2 different drop-down menus appear here. So you've got minimal size as the first one, and what you can actually do is specify the minimum size for your images. So you can see when I select 1600 by 1200, I don't have any large files, so nothing's displayed. When I choose 1024, everything is displayed. Self-explanatory. Now you've got sort folder as well, and you can sort your folders here by name. You can sort by name ascending or descending, and you can do it like that. And you can also do ID, which ones were created first. You've got all weight, and all weight refers to the size of the image files or media files in general. So I think my files are larger than all these ones stated. Now, I'm trying not to get ahead of myself, but you can see here that there's nothing being listed here unless I selected all weight. I'm not, okay, so that's 430 kilobytes. So in the settings area, you can see here that there's about 9 tabs here, I believe. And you've got default filter size, you've got list default filter weight. Now, I was looking at the weight, it doesn't go above 300. So what I could do is 300 to 500. And I'll add the weight. So I'll show that. I'll update that. Update that. And now if I filter it, minimal size, weight, 300 to 500 kilobytes, these files are being listed because that's where they sit. So that's a really cool feature. And the other one you can do is sort media. So before you had sort folders, and this relates to the folders, all the folders here. I've only got 2 folders here, but you can imagine if I had 10 folders, 20 folders, 100 folders, 200 folders. This is where you need to start thinking about subcategories and ordering things in the correct way. So that's how you sort a folder. But sort media is very important as well. So this relates to the actual file. So you can sort by date, you can sort by title. You can see that I've only got 2 photos here, so it's probably a bad example. You can sort by size and you can sort by file type, and it's all related to the files itself. So you can choose sort by files or you can sort by folders. It really is up to you how you do it all. So you can remove all your filters. You can display only my own media. So if you're in a multi-user website, it would only show the images and the media that you've uploaded. And you can actually upload YouTube videos from here as well. So that's quite cool. And you can search. And here you can just see the breadcrumbs. This will be useful for subcategories. So I'll put in a subcategory here. my subcategory, and there you go, my subcategory. You can see there's no images in it so far, but if I go to Wiki Commons, I believe that's the name of it. Here we go, Wikimedia Commons. So all of these images are copyright free. I don't want to download that big, so I'll go with large. Download large size. That was for my review. I'll just put it there, 1200 pixels. Okay, so I'll show you how you add an image. Here we go. You can see you can do remote video, select files, 1200. Look at all the random images here I've got. Okay, so now we've got an image in this subfolder. And you can see it doesn't update right away, but when you refresh the page later, you can see I've got one image. So it doesn't show unless you bring it down like that. You can see I've got one image in the subcategory, two in the My Cool category, one there, and I've also got two at the very top level as well. So I've got two images that aren't in any folders at all. Now, the folder system, again, this all comes down to using images in bulk and, you know, doing everything in bulk. You really do need to start organizing things when you get into like large volumes. When you first load up this plugin, it actually asks you if you want to create categories here, My Cool category, that kind of thing. You can create them automatically from your post categories. Now, here I've not set up post categories. It's a new website. I've only got uncategorized. But, you know, in my own blog, I've got all these different categories, and I could create image categories, just create automatically from these. So I would have featured images, internet marketing images, my project images, that kind of thing. And it would all set up automatically when you start the plugin. So you can see there's lots of options when you create, when you select an image. You can, link to it, same window, alt text, all that kind of, that's, par for the course. Now, here's the cool thing about galleries. And as far as the folder settings go. So go into the hello world. And what I'm going to do is, it's loading up. Okay, lorem ipsum, blah, 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 blah. Add media. So you've got add media here. This is where you can add a gallery and all that kind of thing. If you had the cloud add-on, it would be listed down here. So then you've got insert media, but you can see here, insert gallery, but create gallery. But you can see here that you've got the media library tree down here, and this becomes really useful. And again, try and picture, this is a test website, but try and picture you've got a large volume of images and you've got 50 categories and subcategories and all that. You can see how this will help you find the images that you want to find. Perhaps you're a sports website and you've got images under soccer or football, and then you've got basketball and you've got baseball, and you just categorize images per sport. Things like that can really help you. Now you've got the new media library layout. You've still got to upload files as usual, but you've got that remote video option. But here's the cool thing. Down the bottom here, you can see create a gallery. I don't know why I'm talking like that. Create a gallery from folder. So create a gallery from folder. This is, for me, one of the best features of the plugin. It seems like it's such a simple thing, but I just love the idea. You just create a gallery, and you've already created a gallery. This is the top level, but you've created all these cool galleries. For example, fishing trip 2008, something random like that, and you've already did the hard work. You can still set up galleries one by one. So, if you don't want to create a gallery that way, you can just create gallery. You can just select an image, select another image, and then create a new gallery. That is something you can continue to do. That's how it works in WordPress. But I love this, create a gallery from folder. I love the idea of it. Just, if you've got a large volume of images, and if you make the point of organizing your images and media and videos all into folders, then it just means you can just insert a gallery into a post or a page, and you can do it automatically. Now you can see here, gallery themes. You've got default, masonry, portfolio, slider, and I showed you those before. You can change your columns 1 to 9, image size, lightbox size, thumbnail, medium, large. So that relates to when you click on an image, how it looks. In fact, I'll go back in a second. Auto insert image into folder, order by random, title, date, and you can order ascending or descending. So that's, random ascending, title, ascending, descending, date. that kind of thing. So if I go to my cool category, if I'll just do it from here, create a new gallery, go for say portfolio and insert gallery. There it is. It should display, there we go. So that's in portfolio mode. But if you edit it, masonry, you can see it's just like that. And the other option was slider. So you can see there's a slider. Now, I appreciate it, guys. I've only got 2 images here, and I've got more than 2 images uploaded, but because I've been putting them into categories, perhaps doesn't highlight what this plugin can do. But you can, of course, just, I mean, if you prefer the default layout, you do have that, and you have all these additional, you know, ordering and filtering options. There you go. So it works really well. It really does work well, and it's very easy to use. I mean, if you know how to use a media library in WordPress, you know how to use this. It's the same process. It really is easy to use. There's nothing really complicated about it. Now, when you go to the settings area, this is where you can see all these other cool features that are in this plugin. So I'll just go through all the different, sentence pages here, and you can check it out and see what it can do. So you can see there that they display the media number in each folder. That was deactivated when I loaded up the plugin, but I've now activated it. So you can now see this category has so many images. Search through all media folders, override file, duplicate file, and this relates to uploading, hover image. Now this is the filters. When you choose the filter, depending on image size, thumbnail size or image size, this is how you can add additional ones. And you saw that I had 1600 by 1200. If you have smaller images or larger images, you might want to add different filters. Same with the weight. And the gallery options, you can see you can disable it. You've got slide and fade, and then you've got the gallery image sizes available, and you can set the padding. Media access as well. Now, this is a really cool feature, and it's at this point I want to remind yourself as well that for all Joomla United products, there is a huge amount of documentation for each plugin. So you can see here, this is the media folder one, but there is a pre-sales forum where you can ask for help. So you've not bought the plugin, you want to ask how it works, but there's also ticket support and there's a frequently asked questions page. But in addition to that, I've not had to refer to that because when you're in the settings area or when you try to use this plugin, if you just hover over anything, they've taken the time to explain every single feature in this plugin. Now, well, it's not showing you background color because that's self-explanatory. Now, it seems like such a small thing, but these are the little things in WordPress plugins that I think really change it from being a good plugin to a great plugin. They're really taking the time to, you know, explain. And how a lot of other people do it is they'll have a wee question mark, and this works well as well, but what you need to do is load up another page. But this one has, if you can see it, it has the little speech bubble above. So this media access by user or user role, it doesn't really explain what it does, but you go over it and it says once user uploads some media, he will have a personal folder, can be per user or per user role. So the idea is if you activate this, when I upload files, there'll be like a Kevin folder. When another user, say Deborah or Tom or Peter, anything like that, when they upload any files, any media, it would go to their folder. And you can create this unique folder per user or per user role. So you can have, instead of being Kevin and Peter and things like that, you could have admin, or you could have editors or authors, or you can do it per user basis. So it really depends how you want to set it up. It sounds like such a small thing, but I think for multi-author websites that upload a lot of images, this could save a lot of headaches, and really it's maybe just another way to categorize things. And you can see user or role. Use media root. So this is, I believe that's where those images would be uploaded to. Single file design. So this relates to the interface. Files and folders. Now, this is another really cool aspect of the plugin. You don't notice this here in the media library. This is all related to uploading files. So say you upload or sync, you could sync files, you could be syncing 100 files, 200 files, 1,000 files, or maybe you just want to, just when you upload a file using the media library on a one-by-one basis. So it's got options here: remove a folder with its media. That's related to you delete a folder. So if I deleted my second category, it would delete the images. You can switch that. It's off by default. Activate media rename. So this is the option here. So you can actively rename. So say you're uploading files, and when you upload files from your phone, from a camera, it's normally something like IMG 4567. It's just numbers, and it doesn't really help you categorize the images. But what you can do is, if you upload them, you can put your site name and your folder name, and then like the hyphen. And here you can actually remove characters from titles as well. You can remove hyphens and underscores, ampersands. You can remove the numbers, and it'll help you automate the renaming process of your files. You can also copy the title to the alternative text and things like that. So when you load up the file, you've got caption, alt text, description. If you want, you can copy the title. So when a file's uploaded, automatically the title, whatever you rename it, whether it's the original title or one you've changed using removing characters or the pattern, you can automatically copy it to these fields, and that's a really cool setting as well. You can also capitalize the titles of the files when they're renamed. Capitalize all words, first word only, all words lowercase, uppercase, don't alter. And then you've got image watermark. So if you want to watermark your images, you can upload a file, put it at the top, left, right, all the corners or in the middle, and you can decide whether it applies to all images or perhaps you don't want it applied to the thumbnail. It's really cool. Now down the bottom as well, you've got a thumbnail regeneration button, but that's if you've done the watermark, but there is a tab for that. So FTP import, this was the feature I was talking about earlier, where if you've got, say, a large volume of files, 100 files, 1,000 files, that kind of thing, upload them to a specific folder in your WordPress area and then just import them. And this will import all those images. So instead of going to the media library, select files and selecting hundreds of files, what you would do is upload them via FTP, and then you can just import the folder. That is a very good feature. Next, we've got sync external media. And this is if you want to sync a folder from a folder that's outside of the WordPress system. So it will be outside, sorry, wrong tab. If it's outside WP admin content or includes, this will help you sync it to that. So you can, could be images, kevmuldoon.com images, or even another area of your website, and then you can sync it to a specified folder. You can set up as many different syncs as you want, and it will just all be listed down here. Regenerate thumbnails. I've did that before. You can see it's regenerating them now. I think because, did I add a different image size? I'm not sure, but it's resizing them all anyway. The only criticism about this, I guess, is that there doesn't seem to be any way to regenerate thumbnails on an image by image basis. So ideally what I'd want to do is bulk select. I'm not sure if you can, no, I can't, I've not been able to find any way to regenerate thumbnails on a thumbnail by thumbnail basis. That's something I believe they need to add to the plugin, because if you do have thousands of images, thousands of thumbnails, all that on your website, if you want to regenerate them, it's a pain that you need to go through and do them all again. It'd be good to just be able to select, for example, a category, or perhaps only images that have been uploaded in the last month or two, or perhaps only images of a certain size. Just a few additional options would be quite cool. So image compression, they've got this image compression option, and at the moment it works with image recycle. So here we go, prices. So this is an image compression service. It's relatively cheap actually. 10,000 images for $10, 30,000 for $20, 100,000 for $50. You can see all the support for it, available for a year. Seems quite good. Now, I installed the plugin there just to kind of see how it worked, but I've not signed up to it yet. I'm not being too critical, but I think I would like to see a couple of other options added into this. There are free image compression plugins. They are perhaps a little bit limited when compared to services like this, but it would be good to see some free options, other premium options, etc. being listed here. Perhaps a list of 5 or 6 or maybe 10 different plugins that you could use to compress images. This gives the user more flexibility in how they compress images. It's not necessarily a bad thing. I mean, if you look at the prices here of Image Recycle, it's very cheap, but there will be users who already have an account with another image compression service, or perhaps they're just used to using another free plugin and they don't want to pay for it. So hopefully we'll see something like that in the future. And on the last tab, we've got translation. And you can, there are steps to show you how to translate the plugin, do it in different languages. There we go, see, add a new language, install an existing translation. Lots of options there. So, I know this has been a long video, I'm over 31 minutes here, but I cannot stress how good this plugin is. I'm really impressed by it. Again, like what I said at the start of the video, when you buy like a portfolio plugin, a gallery plugin, even like plugins like Next Gen, and it is worth pointing out, this does actually work with Next Gen Gallery. It's a very popular free and premium plugin, and it works with WooCommerce and other plugins as well. But when you install something like that, it's always a custom post type, which means that you have another menu item down here for your images. So you end up with lots of galleries and images down here, and then you've still got your existing ones with the media library. What I really do love about WP Media Folder is the fact that it just replaces the WordPress system. And here's the thing, if you ever deactivated the plugin, nothing happens. You know, your images will still be there. They'll still be renamed and things like that. You won't obviously have all the options, though. You won't have the options for renaming, for ordering, for filtering, for altering, uploading files, for syncing files, all those additional, you know, folder options. You won't have that, but you don't have, you're not in a difficult position. So the reason I'm saying that is because I've used plugins like Next Gen Gallery in the past on websites, and say I had Next Gen Gallery there, and I had 1,000 images. When I deactivate that plugin, all those images are gone. They're not synced to the media libraries. Now that, for me, is a problem. You don't get that problem with WP Media Folder. If for any reason, you know, perhaps in a year or two, you think, I don't want to use this anymore, you will lose the options. You will lose all those category options and syncing options, but it doesn't affect you in any way. Your images are still uploaded to your website. You don't have to copy anything. You don't have to do anything. It's because WP Media Folder just replaces the existing system and it works with it rather than working as an alternative. It just takes what's there and just enhances what's there. And for me, that is one of the most amazing things about WP Media Folder. And then you've got all the syncing options, the FTP options, the cloud add-on is there as well. So I highly recommend checking out. You can see it on joomunited.com. I'll leave a link to it below. And please do check out my review as well if you want to find out more about it. Although if you've been watching it this long, you wouldn't really need to, because I've covered everything. You can see there, $29 for 6 months, $39 for a year, $59 for a year if you want that cloud add-on and the ability to embed PDFs. It's very, very good. It is GPL. It is a GPL license. You can install it in as many websites as you want. There's no restrictions in that way. And you actually, if you sign up to and use Joomla, you'll see here I've got, and it's actually put in the general settings area of WordPress, and you can connect your Joomla United account. Now, this is related to your license, and it allows you to get automatic updates and support and things like that. Now, I was kind of curious as to why they put it there and not in the plugin, but I spoke to them about it, and they say that the reason is because it makes it better for people who have got multiple Joomla United plugins. So there is an option here for, I think it's 8 plugins, all develop, you know, the highest license with all the extensions. So you get the cloud add-on, etc. 8 different plugins for $169. And the beauty is, if you install this plugin or that plugin, or you've got 2 or more plugins in, because you have already connected your Joomla United account, you don't have to enter your license multiple times. So it does actually make sense, and I can see why they went down that route. So please do check it out. You'll see it on joomunited.com under WordPress products, and then you'll see there at the top, WP Media folder. $29 to pick this up. You know, if you'd only upload a few images to your website, it's not worth it. This is really targeted towards people that have, you know, they deal with large volumes of images and videos and PDF documents, anything like that, any kind of files that you're uploading to your website. If you want to arrange it better, if you want to organize it better, this is a really good plugin, and I highly recommend check it out. I do think there's a few things they can improve upon. I would like to see some more image compression options, and I'd like to see the ability to regenerate images on a file-by-file basis, image-by-image basis. But really, I'm nitpicking at this point. You know, I'm just looking at how it could be improved. Thanks for watching, guys. I hope you've enjoyed this look at WP Media Folder. It is a really good plugin. It would be more famous if there was a free version, but at only $29, it's hard to grumble. Thanks for watching. Please do ask a comment below if you've got any questions, or please do drop by their pre-sale forum, because there's a lot of people asking questions about what it can do, what it can't do. But hopefully in this video, I've given you a good explanation as to what it can and can't do, so you won't need to do that. Thanks for watching, guys. I do appreciate it. Please do hit the subscribe button if you don't already follow me on Rise Forums. Please do drop by Rise Forums as well if you're not a member. Thanks for watching. I do appreciate it. And until next time, take care.